Do I look at the camera or do I just talk to you?
Yeah, look at the camera, introduce yourself, and then swing over to me and I'll
Hi, I'm D. Hi, I'm Hali, and I'm a DJ in Toronto. I've been playing the game for quite a while in the underground scene here in Toronto. I've always had an unwavering passion for music. I collected everything. I collected CDs, tapes, 8-tracks, records. I was exposed to disco just because it was such a mainstream phenomenon. I remember my mom took me to like a Towers, which was just a department store, and I bought a a disco compilation called Knockout 2. So that was my first 12-inch dance record. I was probably like 8 years old. I think it got to a point where I realized that my taste in music, I think it's not bad. It's worth sharing, and I didn't actually take that leap. Probably it was kind of mid to late '90s when I, really decided, I'm gonna take this up a level and try this out and try to play out to people. I was really interested in a lot of the music that was coming out of the underground, a lot of street level music, things that were almost underproduced and raw, and I was drawn to that aesthetic of music. I think we've learned a lot from the parties of the '90s. I think parties now are a lot more well run and organized. Back in those days, no one had a cell phone. You were given a flyer to show up at somewhere, Nathan Phillips Square, and jump on a bus, and we're taken somewhere you had no idea where you're going to go. I think right now in the scene there's a renaissance happening, and I think that a lot of lines are blurring, genres are blurring. The underground scene has a smaller following, so the nice side of that is you do get to see a lot of the familiar faces, the people that have that share that same love for music as you do, and you see them at the types of parties that you go to. Yeah, so there is maybe the plus side to that is there definitely is a sense of community. That's one of the nice things about Toronto. All of the underground promoters, most of them, I'd say the majority of them work together. So there's definitely a support system that something that hasn't existed here previously, and I say that because I've kind of been in the scene for a little while, and I'm really happy with what's happening right now. Oh, and Box of Kittens. 2 years ago, a event promotion company called Box of Kittens. The four of us started this together, and yeah, it's been a great run. It's just underground. They're basically just focused on underground. As far as Box of Kittens, that's something that we were really conscious of, and we want to do something a little bit different. And we decided to borrow some of the ideas of the early loft parties from the late '80s and even the early '90s, where it was more kind of invite only, members only, more kind of you had to really know about it to really know about it. We don't actually advertise other than making a Facebook invite, which is a secret one, and we send it out to the members of our group. That's the only promotion that we do. We don't do anything else.
and it's packed.
Yeah, they've been doing quite well. The last one, we think we did over like 600 people. So for underground invite-only parties, they've become pretty successful. As long as you're aware of what's happening in music, you'll always be riding that. It's like surfing. You're always at the on the wave of what's happening, and I think it's an important place to be. You should never stagnate. You should never get stuck in a genre. I mean, it's different for different peoples. I think for some, it might be good to have a definable sound that is, that people can relate to. But I think DJing should be about presenting kind of new music to people and giving people a new experience. And it should be like that every time. Everyone loves, to have something recognizable, for sure. And I think it's great. It's great to sneak that into a set. I don't think that sets should be everything recognizable, or else I might as well just be a wedding DJ. I'm not a type of person that likes to hear hits, but I mean, different strokes for different folks. Their purpose is to try to mass produce music and sell it to the public. I think underground music is, it definitely has more of a grassroots kind of feel to it. It's still in its infancy, I think. I mean, even though some of that music is, 25, 30 years old, even older, I still think that there's a lot of evolution happening, and I think there's a lot more. I do think that the underground dance music is parallel with the roots of jazz. A lot of it started in underground, almost illegal, dance parties where musicians would use instruments in an unconventional way to make a new type of music. And I think that's really what's happening in the scene now. Lately, I've been really fascinated by a lot of the music that's coming out of Berlin, and I think that goes hand in hand with the convergence of all these different types of music, where there's influences from the house side, and there's influences from the tech side, there's even influences from the trance side, and they're converging together to make this really interesting music. We're reaching some kind of pinnacle, and it's amazing. It's an amazing time. Them leaving the event feeling exhausted and had a great night out. It's supposed to be a fun night out, and that's the point of Box of Kittens. It's something different, something unusual, and something fun. It's fun. I get to play some beats now.